Recording is in progress. Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, Gary, the expert. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. In this episode, I'm going to give you an analogy on the power of having a next step, a next milestone, a next objective, a next target, a next criteria, a next filter, a next goal, a next intention, whatever you want to call it as. I'll categorize most of those things as the same thing. Some words resonate better with other people. But in this episode, I'm going to give you an analogy about dot, 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 dot. Fill that in, around those words I've just mentioned there. But before we do that, of course, we're going to talk about the sponsor of the podcast, which is quality.com and upscaleonline.org. I've also got a new sponsor for this episode, a special sponsor for drops, painting, and decorating. They have formally asked to be shouted out on this episode and to be requested as a sponsor for this episode. So I'd like to give out a shout out to Daniel and Drops Painting and Decorating. I hope you're having a great day, everyone, and you yourself, Daniel. Thank you for listening in here. With that being said, here we go into the analogy. We all know in life people have bigger goals. Bigger goals is, subjective thing, first of all. I'm going to give you an analogy on a captain and a ship, but let's talk about bigger goals for 1 second. People have goals of getting married, having a family, moving house, getting a new career. These are, I would class as bigger goals, and I think that would be social norms to say that they are bigger goals. And they're fun. They're fantastic. They're meaningful, they're purposeful, they're joyful, and they can be stressful at times. But ultimately, when you achieve them, they're fantastic things. Very big things. But I'm going to give you a more lower level intention from this episode, a lower level goals that you might look at, and you might have a bit of self-introspective, might see yourself in a different light rather than just aim for these big milestones of life. So the captain and the ship metaphor. Let's say we get onto a ship in a harbor and we just turned on the engines and we jumped off the ship real fast. What would happen? Well, what would happen is if the boat is not anchored down or tied down, the boat is going to go around the dock and smash and create millions of euros, pounds, dollars worth of damage. That is not good. Now, that's because this ship has no captain, it has no crew, and very importantly, has no destination. You are the captain of your own ship. Even if I put a crew, a captain, but no destination on this ship, the boat wouldn't be going anywhere. For you, for me, we might go on this cruise. Let's say we might use this as a metaphor now. That we're on this cruise and you're the captain and you'll stop off onto family land. You'll stop off in to get a new car place. You'll go over to the land that says marriage and happiness. And then maybe you go into the place where it says build your own home. These are all fantastic islands and trips, and we'll spend extra time there and we'll revisit them over and over. But I'm really looking at the middle parts. What I'm focused on in this episode is the points between now and family land. Is it an enjoyable process? And that's just one word to cover up a lot or express a lot of other metaphors or analogies or thought processes around this. Is it an enjoyable process? Have you got smaller, manageable goals that are also fulfilling your days? Have you got some clean-cut objectives that you want to do in this quarter, this month, this week, this day, this hour? What about this year? What are your expectations, your milestones, your objectives, your targets for this year, your goals? Have you rechecked in with them? Are you staying focused on them? Are you purposeful? And then have you got the tools to achieve them? Do you need a new system? Do you need a new thought process? See, if you don't have one of those things along the journey between now and family land, build your own place or build your own home, or those lands, them islands actually sound pretty cool. But if you don't have something between now and the journey, it's going to be very boring. And when you're bored, or when anyone's bored, human nature would be to do something that's a little bit not boring, And that might be in the form of taking drugs, or that might be in the form of playing video games, or that might be in the form of spending time with a partner. But how do you spend that time? How do you cope? No right answer. There's no wrong answer. There will be better and worse answers. To the law, there would be wrong answers, I suppose. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there is an analogy around the captain and the destination. If you don't have a destination, you're not going to arrive. It's pretty simple. What's your destination between here and family land? What do you want to do? I believe, and I'll end on this note, I believe that if you do X, Y, and Z in your life, day to day, you will feel fulfilled. I believe it's human nature to grow, excel, develop. It's human nature. If it wasn't, we would have been extinct a long time ago. It's human nature to grow, develop, and maybe innovate. With that being said, are you growing, developing, innovating each day? Because then you will feel fulfilled along the journey towards happy land, family land, build your own home, get a rental, get a car, or whatever other lands I've mentioned. Hope you've enjoyed this episode very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. I am Gary the Expert, or Gary, whatever one you want to call me. If you want to book in a session with me, you can book it in on garytheexpert.com. With that being said, are you liking the new picture for this podcast, the Bulletproof Mindset podcast, mental health, support, addiction, and depression? If you do, go ahead, give a lovely little 5-star. There's my e-begging done. Well, good things happen to good people. Have a great day. I appreciate you for being here. I look forward to seeing you next episode. Thank you for listening, tuning in. See ya.